All right, so tell me, what's it been like now with Coach Frost and Coach Milton here? What's it been like learning from him?
It's amazing, learning from two guys that have played this position at a high level, and obviously Coach KZ that played probably like 7 years ago, you know what I'm saying? And so it's good to really learn from those guys and just be a sponge around them and knowing that, like, hey, they care about you and, they want you to do great. And so it's not really like a sense of like being scared to mess up. It's more or less just like going, cutting it loose, and then we'll talk about it next play.
Have you known Frost for a while? I could have sworn somebody said that he recruited you at one point.
Yeah, he Coach Frost and Coach V, Coach Verdugos.
Yeah.
Verdugos. Whenever he's at Nebraska, they recruited me, and there's this. I never visited Nebraska, but I've talked to Coach Frost beforehand. Yes, sir.
What have you worked on your own game? How do you feel you're a different quarterback today than you were, say, maybe a year ago at this time?
Just being consistent. Consistent in my throwing motion. I think even last year, even in the spring, I made a lot of plays that are just wow, you know what I'm saying? He can do that, but I might come back and miss the easiest throw, you know what I'm saying? And so being consistent in my process off the field, on and off the field, and just just taking on that leadership and just knowing that no matter what, it's my job to make sure this play executes. And if it doesn't execute, why didn't it execute? And how can we make that play better? Or how can we get this guy better? How can we, you know what I'm saying, get this angle in this play or whatever like that. And so just really diving into the deep details of every play and just treating every rep and like a game rep and just really just attacking, you know what I'm saying? Just attacking the day, rise and conquer. That's what Coach Frost preaches about all the time. So really taking on what he's coaching and just putting it out on the field for sure. What's
it like in the quarterback room? You're all competing for the starting job, but you also have to support each other.
Yeah.
So what is that dynamic like?
It's great. It's obviously it's a kind of a good problem to have as a coach. You got 3 to 4 guys that could really possibly go out there and play, and we can win football with them. And so for me, I see it as I just wake up every day and be the best quarterback I can be every day, and no matter who the quarterback is, whether it's Tay, me, Davi, or Cam, Brock, even, you know what I mean? I just want us to win as a team, and whether it's my role changes from here to there, you know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure we win, you know what I'm saying? And just make sure that all this work we put in, we put in countless work over the summer. We put in a lot of work, you know what I'm saying, this fall camp, and it's early in fall camp right now, but 24 days away from kickoff, and you can still feel that intensity around, and even though we haven't named a quarterback, you can still feel that intensity of hey, we're finna be rocking. No matter who it is, we rocking with somebody, and that's what I can respect. That's what I can appreciate. That come in and it isn't an awkward, weird elephant in the room about stuff. We do stuff intentionally. We are a family. We love on each other, and that's really what it's about. That's what football's about.
A lot of new faces on the offensive side of the ball. I'm fascinated. Who are some players that have stood out to you that you're hey, watch out for this guy, even though you may not know him now, but you're going to know him?
I'd say pretty much anybody they bring in. Going against the Saviors, Marcus Burke. I really like Chris Nomercant, DT, Wade and Charles, CJ Jenkins, Rollerson, Buddy, AP. We're going to name the whole wide receiver room right now. Let's go Bridgewater, Burdell Richardson, all those guys are just getting better every day. And even with Coach Beck, they have a legend of a coach, you know what I'm saying? And so he's hard on them, and he's very critical on them too. And I can respect that, because at the end of the day, catching and throwing the ball, it's a two-way street. And to be close with those guys means a lot. And to know that some of those guys, I might miss a throw and they have my back, and they might miss a catch or something like that, and I know that they know that I will still keep coming back to them, and having that trust and that just that camaraderie with each other between quarterback and receiver is just so important, and it's here, you know what I'm saying? And it's great, and it's the urgency and the execution of our plays and just lining up and doing everything has been very, very good for sure, from night and day from spring to now for sure.
Some new faces on the offensive line. How's them been gelling? Because that's part of the chemistry with the quarterback.
Yes, sir. They've been good. Carter Miller, I think he's going to be our center. And then you got guard playing left guard, and Keegan and Barr, they're battling out, and you got Paul, Big Paul, and Preston Cushman, even Connor Meadows, or Owen Spell, the guys that have come in and really joined. And it's not they're just surprised or oblivious. They play ball, and they're guys that can help us win, and with that O-line, O-line uses the closest group on the team, you know, and they're very, very close, and they're really, really good guys. And I try to get in with those guys and just even sit down and watch film with Carter just to know that, like, we're IDing here, and like if it was odd friend, what would we do here, you know, and just kind of living in everybody's world of like what they see on the play and kind of like what I see, because I stand from here and then like a receiver's out there and Carter's right there, so he may not be seeing a safety coming into the box or something like that. And so like just seeing where they are and just and with that you see that like we all care about each other, you know what I'm saying, and you come together about the final goal of just winning, you know what I'm saying. We just want to win. So at the end of the day, I think when you get the O-line together, you get the running backs together, you get the receivers together, you get, you know what I'm saying, the tight ends together, and even get the defense out here that, you know, just shadow and just walk through our fundamentals and, you know what I'm saying, detail things, you know, it really brings us together. And I think that we took a long, like to have a lot, like over like 70 new people on the team, it's night and day. Like, you know, we're very close, you know. I would say that like it's really crazy to think how close we came over the time. But, you know, I said it earlier that like we play for Coach Frost, and like to have a good coach like Coach Frost to want to play for him, like you don't want to let him down, and you want to, you know what I'm saying, prove to him like you're worthy of playing, and that, you know, he loves us and he cares for us, you know, like who wouldn't want to play for somebody like that, you know. And so like even though like we might not be as familiar with each other, but like we play for that same goal, and that's to, you know, play for Coach Frost and rise and conquer, you know what I'm saying, just be just the best that we can for each day. And I think that like brings us together for sure.
Jacurri, when did you become a quarterback?
Yeah.
Like as a young kid, were you always a quarterback growing up, or was it something that had gotten into middle school, high school?
So everybody knows if you play quarterback, you're the best player on the team,
right,
like in Pop Warner, right?
Yeah.
And so I played quarterback up until probably like 9-10 times, and then the coach's son was the quarterback, so I played tight end.
Okay.
And then
coach's son,
coach's son,
right.
Right. Yeah. And so then 6th grade, I was a quarterback, and I played safety all the way 6th, 7th, 8th, and then when I got to 9th grade, I was playing safety and quarterback, and then our starter for the varsity went down, and so then I started Wintersville my 9th grade year, and I took off.
Never looked back. Who were your inspirations? Who were your favorite players growing up? Like you're a young quarterback, everybody watching NFL.